Hello. Hello, everyone. It's good to see everyone. A warm welcome to all of you joining us tonight. We gather to commemorate the second anniversary of Bjorn This Way Inc., a 501c3 public charity. I'm Dr. Aaron Ziegler, president of Bjorn This Way and a licensed speech-language pathologist. Throughout tonight's fundraiser, we will illuminate the incredible impact Bjorn This Way has had on the lives of individuals. We'll share insights into our mission, unveil our future plans, and introduce you to more of our dedicated directors. If you'd like to interact with us, please add your thoughts to the comments. And for those of you eager to dive deeper into our work or give a financial gift during the fundraiser, our website is a valuable resource, accessible via the QR code that you'll see throughout the evening on the slides. It brings me immense joy to be co-hosting this event with my esteemed colleague, Jennifer Gill, a Bjorn This Way director and licensed speech-language pathologist.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. We so appreciate you taking the time to be with us on this Friday evening. We have an exciting hour ahead filled with incredibly talented performers, as well as individuals sharing their personal journeys with voice and communication challenges. Their stories highlight the transformative power of speech-language pathology services, which have altered the trajectory of their lives, much like it did Bjorn. We're thrilled to have our special headlining guest for tonight's fundraiser, America's Got Talent saxophonist Avery Dixon, and the Atlantic magazine writer and author John Hendrickson. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to these performers and all those who have generously shared their talents in support of tonight's fundraiser. We encourage you to stick around until the end to savor all the incredible performances we have in store for you tonight. So, without further ado, get comfortable wherever you may be, and let's enjoy this evening together.
We're thrilled to share that a generous, anonymous donor has pledged to match every dollar donated during tonight's fundraiser. This means that your contributions, no matter the size, will have double the impact. Thank you for your support. We are here to address a pressing need for speech-language pathology services. Often, we take simple acts like speaking, swallowing, socializing, and even living for granted. However, many individuals struggle with communication and swallowing difficulties. The annual cost associated with these difficulties is staggering, and access to these vital services remains limited for those who cannot afford them. With our public charity, Bjorn This Way, we have initiated a movement aimed at providing these essential resources to those in need. We kick off this evening's performances with singer and Bjorn This Way therapy funding recipient, Dylan Lewis.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Dylan Lewis. I am a recent graduate from Oregon State University with my Bachelor of Music and Vocal Performance. And this song clip that we have for you is Stranger from the musical Big Fish by Andrew Lippa. And I was a receiver of the Bjorn This Way Scholarship. During the end of the 2022 school year, I got COVID, and it really hurt my lungs and my ability to sing and speak. And my teacher at Oregon State, Dr. Nicholas Larson, found the incredible charity that is Bjorn This Way, and they gave me a scholarship to receive the help that I needed to not only become a better singer, but just a better speaker and give grace to myself in times of need. So I'm very thankful to them.
I'm passing through a white
Thank you so much, Dylan. Some of you might be curious about the role of a speech language pathologist. A speech language pathologist is a skilled allied health professional dedicated to enhancing individuals' abilities to communicate effectively and swallow safely. The challenges they address span a wide spectrum from difficulties in speech to a professional voice user who is concerned for their livelihood and if they will ever share their talents again. It can also involve matters of safety for individuals dealing with swallowing disorders. While more complex speech language and swallowing issues may necessitate extensive care, it's important to note that clients such as a teacher with a hoarse voice can achieve their therapy goals and return to the classroom, in some cases after 4 sessions. Remarkable progress can occur swiftly in the hands of a skilled speech language pathologist. Let's hear from a couple of speech language pathology students from the University of Scranton about their journey to entering the profession.
Hello, I'm Dominic Scafidi. I am a junior at the University of Scranton studying communication sciences and disorders, and I am also a person who stutters. So my journey to becoming a SLP began when I was receiving my own speech therapy. I have a great understanding of the importance that speech can hold for a lot of people. I know that being able to communicate more effectively and efficiently will help with the overall quality of life for people. I know because I've experienced it firsthand, and while studying in school, I see it more and more. So the more I study and the more I learn, the more I can't wait to be done school and out and helping people the same way that I was able to be helped myself.
Hello, my name is Jacob Rogomentic, and I'm a speech pathology student here at the University of Scranton. I'm also a member of our National Student Speech Language Hearing Association, and I'd like to talk today about my journey towards becoming an aspiring speech language pathologist. So I'd like to start with the fact that I have recently decided to pursue that career of being a speech language pathologist. It was last year that I switched from biology to speech pathology as a major here at the University of Scranton, and I have to say I very much enjoyed it so far. Despite being new relatively to this major, I do have some experience working with an SLP. Up until about age 5 or 6, I struggled with a stutter, and I worked with an SLP at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. And despite not remembering a ton from those sessions because they were so long ago, I do remember the way that the therapist made me feel. And obviously at the time I had difficulty communicating and expressing ideas in a way that was, easily understandable to the average individual. So having someone sit down, meet me where I'm at, be patient with me, keep me engaged and happy by playing games with me, it was very beneficial at the time, and I think ultimately contributed to the success of those sessions and ultimately the treatment I received from that SLP. And so while obviously the different treatment methods that I'm learning are very relevant to practice and, ultimately were the underlying thing that helped in those sessions, I think ultimately the relationship the therapist has with their client it's very important, and that's definitely something that I carry with me now, and hope to implement one day when I have clients of my own as an SLP. I'm very excited for all the different programs that are coming up through the National Student Speech Language Hearing Association and their collaboration with the Bjorn This Way Foundation to help so many people through their generosity. So yes, very excited to continue my journey to being an SLP.
If you joined us for last year's fundraiser, you may remember that we teamed with the University of Scranton local chapter of the National Student Speech Language Hearing Association. They set out to raise funds for Bjorn This Way, and we are thrilled to be joined by the former president and vice president of the University of Scranton NISLA chapter, Megan Connect and Juliana McRell, to receive an update on their fundraising efforts.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
So nice to meet you finally. So my name is Juliana McRell.
And my name is Megan Connect, and we are the co-presidents of the National Student Speech Language Hearing Association chapter at the University of Scranton in Pennsylvania.
So 1 year ago, our chapter partnered with the foundation and fundraised throughout the school year. In the fall, we fundraised with candygrams and sold each bag of candy with a paper informing our student body about Bjorn's story and this foundation.
And in the spring, our chapter members posted social media bingo boards where their family and friends were able to assist us in achieving our chapter's fundraising goal.
We are so excited to announce that we met our goal and have raised $1,000 to donate to the foundation tonight.
And we are also eager to announce to everyone that we are partnering with the foundation yet again this year. And we are also joining forces with Bloomsburg University of Pennsylvania to increase our fundraising efforts. And we're incredibly excited to work with them and assist in sharing Bjorn's story across another campus.
Thank you so much for inviting us tonight, and we hope you all have a great evening.
Thank you so much.
What a wonderful surprise. Yay. Thank you. So nice to see you both.
Me too.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Scranton. So research has demonstrated the advantages of receiving rehabilitative support from speech-language pathologists. Nonetheless, obstacles hinder individuals from accessing these critical services. Barriers encompass issues such as inadequate insurance coverage, out-of-pocket costs, and lack of awareness among patients and sometimes even other healthcare professionals regarding the benefits and availability of clinical services. Foremost among these challenges is affordability. Many individuals struggle to afford the clinical services they require. That's precisely why we've gathered here tonight, to dismantle these financial barriers and make speech-language pathology services accessible to all. Next, we would like to invite Bjorn's father, Peter Burke and his brother Sven Burke, to share more about Bjorn and how this public charity came to be.
Thanks everybody for attending tonight. It's really fantastic. We believe this is really an important cause. Any help is really greatly appreciated. So Bjorn, my son, and Sven's brother, he battled with speech impediments his whole life. These impediments had a really big impact on his self-confidence, his sense of self, and how others perceived him. And unfortunately, and most importantly, it made him feel different from everyone else. For some insight, Sven will read a message he wrote on a card to show people. This would be his coworkers and people he would work with or people from the public, asking for their patience.
Patience, understanding that I have problems and that it will take time. That I have a soft voice, that my responding doesn't mean that I don't understand the question. I have problems that I cannot control. Sometimes I have to use my phone to communicate clearly.
So he held this on a card to show people as an example. So imagine the anxiety and fear of normal human activity that a weaker voice brings. Imagine the courage it takes to wake up and still go out and give it a try anyway. Finding, interviewing, and keeping jobs, starting and maintaining friendships and other relationships, all of these take verbal interactions that the rest of us just take for granted.
The wellness group was life-changing for my brother Bjorn. They were the first group to look past the confusion and give him a proper diagnosis. I remember him calling me after his diagnosis. He was practically giddy and excited that it wasn't his fault and that someone finally found a way to help him. It was a good call. Our foundation's goal is to help people like Bjorn find their voice. The reality is that insurance doesn't often cover these essential speech therapies, leaving many people unable to afford the life-changing treatment. Bjorn loved nothing more than helping people, so we ask that you help us work together to help other people find their voice like him. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peter and Sven. For those of you who didn't have the privilege of meeting Bjorn, allow us to further introduce you to this kind, thoughtful young man who has also had a great sense of humor. To quote his mother, he had pure goodness in his heart. Tonight, I'm paying tribute to him by wearing this baseball jersey. As you, I know he would have appreciated it. He would always come to our sessions wearing some fabulous jersey. Bjorn's life was a testament to patience, courage, and unwavering determination. Both Aaron and I had the privilege of working with him for over 2 years, providing speech therapy. And during this time, we had the privilege of witnessing Bjorn's self-assurance and independence flourish as he learned how to more effectively advocate for himself and enhance his communication skills. Bjorn's journey challenged me not only as a therapist, but also as a person, inspiring us to innovate and adopt a fresh approach to his therapy. He came to us with skepticism about speech therapy, prompting us to reevaluate and evolve our methods. It was a transformative experience for all involved. Now we'd like to share with you some fond memories of Bjorn through a collection of photos from his life. I was requested to contribute a song to accompany this photo montage, which was no small feat. During one of our therapy sessions, Bjorn wanted to work on using his clear speech with some of his new German phrases he had been practicing for German class. So in Bjorn's honor, I dedicate this performance of me singing a German art song about love entitled Liebst du Schönheit. Liebst du Schönheit, und ich mich liebe die Sonne, sie trägt ein goldenes Haar. Liebst du mich Jugend, und ich mich liebe den Frühling, der jung ist jedes Jahr. Liebst du mich Schätze, und ich mich liebe die Meerfrau, sie hat viel Pellenklar. Liebst du Liebe, oh ja, mich liebe. Liebst du Liebe, oh ja, mich liebe, liebe mich immer. Dich liebe ich immer da.
Our journey with Bjorn spanned 2 years at the Wellness Group, our independent speech-language pathology group practice. In August 2021, Bjorn's family approached us with the idea of making a generous donation to support others facing communication and swallowing challenges. We were touched by this gesture and determined to maximize its impact. This marked the inception of Bjorn This Way, Recognizing the significant need, we embarked on the journey to create a nonprofit organization, taking the initial step by filing articles of incorporation with the state of Oregon in September 2021. By June 2022, we were granted 501c3 status as a tax-exempt public charity by the United States Internal Revenue Service. In September 2022, with the invaluable support of our selection committee, we initiated financial assistance for services to individuals in need. And in just a short time frame, we have made significant strides toward fulfilling our mission by funding over 100 speech-language pathology sessions. We are excited for our next performance, which is a reading by Bjorn This Way therapy funding recipient, Judith Wilding.
Hello, everybody. I'm glad to be here. So I had been a middle school teacher, and my voice began hurting every single day after work. I found out that I needed vocal surgery in 2021, and it was absolutely devastating. I left my job. I no longer trusted my voice, and it hurt not just as a teacher, but as a human being. My identity was wrapped up in my voice, and I felt deeply ashamed. So I talked to the wellness group, and Bjorn This Way funding allowed me to pursue vocal therapy. Working with Dr. Ziegler was deeply transformative. I got a trust back, and I began to see my voice as part of my body that just needed a warm up before voice, not as something that was just broken beyond repair. And even if my voice didn't sound like other people's voices, it was still beautiful. And working with the wellness group, I began to actually see that too myself. And I could see how strong my voice was and that it wasn't hurt forever and that I knew how to care for it. Without that funding, I might have walked around thinking that my voice was always a broken thing. So I am deeply grateful for the funding. So I'll be sharing a section from my memoir, which is called Living for Art and Other Lies, and it has a tentative release date of 2025. It relates the story of my difficult relationship with my mother, who was an opera singer, and how much I wanted a voice like hers. In this section, I'm visiting a voice teacher who's not my mother, and I'm seeing him perform in drag. And it's the first time that I ever saw someone love their own voice and even knew that it was possible to have your own voice. One weekend when I was a high school junior, my mom let me see Wendell perform. Though it wasn't him. For this performance, he would be Nadine, a gorgeous blonde in her black dress. My boyfriend and I rode the metro to DuPont Circle, the queerest part of D.C. We entered a bar called Mr. Henry's and went to a dark room with tables up front near a makeshift stage marked by a red curtain. I lifted up our table tent that had a picture of a bald man with big, bright eyes on one side, and on the reverse, a smoldering blonde with the same bright eyes enhanced by eyeliner and shadow. I had always hated pictures of me in the real world, always preferred seeing myself in theater world, in makeup, in costumes, in wigs. But here was Wendell, showing us all of his identities at once, or at least these two. He wasn't willing to eschew either one. Before then, I had always thought about authenticity as having one version of myself to share with the world, that I had to ascertain how others saw me and then go with their version of me forever. That table tent sent a message that identity wasn't just how you were born, you could make it match how you understood yourself. And this identity didn't have to be singular either. My boyfriend pointed out the art behind me. I saw a muscular derriere in chiaroscuro. Oops, sorry about that word. And then beside it, a sweaty nipple decorated by a silver barbell. I thrilled. I wanted to know more of this boldness, this nudity. Not so much the nudity of body. it was some level of openness that I was looking for, some sort of release from shame. At that moment, Nadine threw open the curtain and was met by a spotlight. She wore a black sequin knee-length dress, red sparkly pumps, and white gloves. Her makeup was all Maria Callas. Red lips, cat eyes, rouge swept back on her cheek. No one would fault her curves. They bespoke her power. And though the lights had darkened, I swear I could see everyone hinging forward in their seats to listen. The piano man started vamping, and Nadine told us in her gentle but bright voice about her recent man troubles, her hope for better days, and her wish to be seen. Then she launched into a Judy Garland song. She fell into a pattern of singing and telling her life story between songs. She wove together stories that bouncing between heartbreak and optimism. She laughed, she cried, she reminded us it was good to feel our own lives. And as she belted out The Man That Got Away, her head tilted into the microphone and she closed her eyes. She loves herself, I thought. She loves herself and she loves us. It was something entirely new to see someone being rapturous publicly. I wanted to do the same with my voice and my story. I wanted to help people feel their own lives. Wendell became my role model for authenticity. I hadn't yet grasped that authenticity didn't come through some gesture or having a better voice. I need to do more than mimic other people or just keep telling the stories that I'd been told, stories from other people's lives. Wendell showed me radical acceptance. It would be years before I recognized it again, decades before I could occupy even an iota of that feeling, but I would never forget what it looked like or sounded like. Thank you.
Thank you, Judith. The application process is straightforward. At our website, bjornthisway.org, applicants can easily submit their interest in securing funding. The Charities Selection Committee reviews funding applications monthly, prioritizing decisions on a first-come, first-need basis. The straightforward process ensures prompt access to much-needed speech-language pathology support. Our next performance is by singer and Bjorn This Way therapy funding recipient, Elsa Doherty.
Hello, I'm not sure if you can hear me or see me, but I will be singing Evening Primrose, or I will be singing Take Me to the World from Evening Primrose. And I received Bjorn This Way funding a few months ago to help me heal from some vocal cord swelling. And now I'm back performing and in lessons, and I am so grateful. Thank you so much.
Let me see the world with clouds. Take me to the world, out where I can push through crowds. Take me to the world, a world that smiles with streets instead of eyes, where I can walk for miles with you. Take me to the world that's real. Show me how it's done. Teach me how to laugh, to feel. Move me to the sun. Just hold my hand whenever we arrive. Take me to the world where I can be alive. Let me see the world that smiles. Take me
Thank you, Elsa. The Bjorn This Way Board of Directors is composed of a passionate group of individuals spanning different ages and professional backgrounds. Directors serve in a voluntary capacity, committing to at least a one-year term. In addition to their service, directors make annual contributions to support the public charity. Since the establishment of Bjorn This Way Inc. in September 2021, the board of directors has consistently convened for regular meetings. We extend a heartfelt gratitude to each of our directors for their contributions to Bjorn This Way. Your unwavering commitment to this cause is deeply appreciated.
Well, I'm thrilled to announce our next performer and the headliner of the 2023 Bjorn This Way fundraiser, the talented saxophone extraordinaire, Avery Dixon.
Hello, everyone. My name is Avery Dixon. You've probably seen me on America's Got Talent and America's Got Talent All-Stars, alongside Babyface, Terry Crews, and numerous others. But before I ever found my groove in the spotlight on stage, I had to find my voice. As you may know, I was born with a hole in my vocal cords where they don't close all the way. So throughout most of my life growing up, my voice was very raspy and very low, and I wasn't very confident in talking. But thanks to the help of numerous speech-language pathologists and vocal coaches, I was able to grow confidence in speaking and in performing. My song today is My Future by Billie Eilish. I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you, Avery. Quite the talent. We really appreciate your contribution to this fundraiser tonight. This year, we are proud to recognize our first annual recipients of the Bjorn This Way Impact Award. The Impact Award honors individuals who have contributed significantly to clinical care, and through their efforts, are making a substantial impact on the lives of those with speech-language pathology needs. This year, we honor Avery Dixon and Dr. Edie Hapner. Avery is the founder of Grace Notes and Totes, a charity that provides NICU families of preemie babies with essential supplies such as preemie diapers, wipes, clothes, and blankets at Emory Decatur Hospital. And Dr. Edie Hapner is professor of otolaryngology at the University of Alabama, Birmingham, and the co-director of the UAB Voice Center, as well as a fellow of the American Speech Language Hearing Association. It brings us immense joy to have Avery and Dr. Hapner here with us today. Avery, who received treatment from Dr. Hapner at the Emory Voice Center in Atlanta as a child to address his hoarseness, is now joining us for this special reunion. What a wonderful and exciting moment this is. Thank you both for joining us. We're so glad to have you together.
Oh my goodness. I don't even know if I can talk. Avery, how absolutely proud am I and everyone for all that you've accomplished. And I have to thank you for allowing me to have a very small part of your journey. And to Bjorn This Way, what an honor, an Impact Award. What an honor. My little award here, I love, and I will put up with matching ones forever, Avery. Go ahead, you say something.
To Bjorn This Way, thank you. It's a wonderful legacy for a wonderful young man, and truly going too soon. Yes. And to Dr. Edie, it's been way too long, and you'll never know how large of a part you played in my story. But this does my heart a lot of good, just to be amongst all of you today, especially yourself. I hope you've been doing well, and thank you all so much for this. It's been a rough few months, so this is definitely the sunshine on a very long, dark night.
Oh my gosh, you're an inspiration to so many people, and to hear these beautiful voices tonight, whether in song or in word and readings, it actually makes every single day of 42 years worth going to work. And thank you so much, Dr. Ziegler, Jennifer, for actually making this happen for Avery and me. And Avery, I want to see you.
Absolutely. Where are you living now? Well, what's
Birmingham, Alabama. We'll catch up.
Great. I was just there like last year.
I love it. Thank you both so much. Wow. What a special reunion. Thank you so much, Dr. Hapner, for being here tonight. And Avery, thank you for sharing your story and your amazing talent with us. What an exciting reunion. Let me illustrate the impact that your generous gift can have. For example, a donation of $145 could provide support for a speech therapy session dedicated to helping a young person who struggles with a speech sound disorder or other communication challenges. A contribution of $300 supports a patient dealing with a vocal fold injury or experiencing shortness of breath to benefit from the advanced capabilities of laryngeal imaging equipment. Sometimes this imaging can be the crucial first step in identifying cancer as the underlying cause of someone's hoarseness. With a gift of $900, you can enable a patient to undergo an endoscopic evaluation of their swallowing function, followed by 4 swallowing therapy sessions. The support helps them regain their ability to eat, drink, and participate in meals with family and friends, fostering greater independence and well-being.
If able, there are 3 steps to give. First, head to bjornthisway.org and scroll to our donations section. Second, select a one-time or recurring donation. And third, submit your donation online or mail it if you prefer. You also can follow a link we posted in the comments or use the QR code on the screen. Bjorn This Way also accepts stock transfers and other financial gifts. Email us at bjornthiswayinc@gmail.com to arrange the donation of other financial gifts. Does your employer match donations? These are corporate giving programs in which the company matches donations made by employees. It's a simple way to double your contribution to us.
Next, we are honored to have John Hendrickson, a staff writer at The Atlantic and author of Life on Delay, Making Peace with a Stutter, a memoir that grew out of his Atlantic feature, What Joe Biden Can't Bring Himself to Say. Read by more than 2 million people and named one of the best stories of 2019 by Longform. John has spoken about politics, journalism, disability, and other topics on CNN, MSNBC, NPR, PBS, and at colleges and universities across the country. Welcome, John, as he reads an adaptation from his memoir.
Hi, I'm John Hendrickson, and I'm the author of Life on Delay, Making Peace with a Stutter. I hope everybody is having a great event tonight, and I admire any charity such as Bjorn This Way that helps people who stutter try to live their best lives. Tonight I'm going to read a brief adaptation from my book, and I wish all the people who stutter and all their families and all the SLPs watching this all the best. A person who stutters spends their life racing against an internal clock. How long have I been talking? How long do I have until this person walks away? When you're a kid, there's a quieter, more insidious ticking. Am I going to beat this before it's too late? After I wrote about Joe Biden's stutter in 2019, I began digging deeper into my own personal history with the disorder. I have sympathy for the parents of children who stutter. You want nothing more than for your kid to live a happy and successful life. And this new thing seems to threaten that. Many health insurers don't cover speech therapy, preventing people with limited funds from having the chance to work with experts. And yet, even parents who do have the means, those who dutifully shuttle their kids to appointments often leave with flawed advice. Remind them to use their techniques. Tell them to take their time. We stutterers anticipate our blocks well before they occur. We know how our brains and lungs and lips confront every letter of the alphabet. We know what we look like, what we sound like, what we make shared spaces feel like. When a person of authority tells a young stutterer to use your techniques, they are confirming the stutterer's worst fear, which is that no one is listening to what you say, only how you say it. Enough of this makes you not want to talk at all. Fluency techniques may work in a therapy room, but in most cases, they're extremely hard to deploy in the real world. Talking like a robot is not natural. I eventually realized that as an adult, if I was going to make peace with stuttering, I'd have to abandon the illusion that natural fluency might one day come. I'll always have a voice in my head that reads a sentence and a much different voice that reads it out loud. I don't necessarily like that fact about myself, but I don't have to keep fighting it. My life began to change as a teenager when I began working with a new therapist who, rather than push a fluency only approach, focused on building up my confidence and my desire to communicate at all. I hope that every person who stutters is able to get whatever type of therapy works best for them. Thank you again for having me, and I wish everyone at Bjorn This Way all the best.
Thank you, John. With the generous matching at last year's fundraiser, we were able to exceed our goal of $25,000. Our fundraising goal for 2023 is $50,000 in donations. And with this funding, we aim to support a minimum of 250 sessions, each conducted by a speech-language pathologist. This goal represents our commitment to making a significant and lasting impact in the year ahead. In the past 2 years, we have been overwhelmed by your generous support. Over 250 donations have been received, totaling more than $140,000 with an average cash donation of $320. It's important to note that nearly all of the donations we receive are dedicated to directly funding speech-language pathology services. We are deeply moved by your commitment to our cause.
the power to expand the blood for you.
I'd like to introduce that last performer, Catherine Scovera. Is a contemporary music specialist and mezzo-soprano. She was unable to be here tonight, but requested she shared a statement she would like me to share about that performance we just experienced and a little bit about her journey with her voice. Catherine says, I'm thankful to be a part of such a special event tonight. I am sharing a piece that is near and dear to my heart as a tribute to all the people gathered here who made tonight possible. I'm a singer, curator, and faculty fellow at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. Since 2017, I have collaborated with the Institute on Disabilities at Temple University on projects advocating for arts accessibility. In 2020, I came to the wellness group with the sudden onset of a voice disorder that left me voiceless without warning on my birthday. I would like to express my gratitude to Aaron and Jennifer for making it possible for me to have a voice today. They worked with me to restore my voice after a disorder left me unable to speak for weeks and unable to sing for my children for months. Under their care through voice therapy sessions, we worked to revitalize my voice until it was not only recovered, but stronger and even healthier. I am fortunate recipient of the gift of voice therapy, but if the pandemic showed us anything, it's that the arts and our artists deserve our attention, and the impactful foundations such as Bjorn This Way and the people behind it need our support. I believe deeply in their work and in the artistic promise of people in need of financial assistance, singers among them who do not have the means to afford services and recover their instruments. Now you will hear my piece, as we did the Universe of a Woman, which was composed and recorded. She composed and recorded in 2022, setting the words of a poet, Uma Menon. Please enjoy and consider giving to Bjorn This Way to support people in their time of need. Voicelessness does not need to last forever, and those of us in isolation can recover and thrive with your support. Thank you, Catherine. So we hope you will consider joining our movement. We are looking to expand our board to include people who have been affected by communication and swallowing challenges and individuals of diverse backgrounds. Having their input on the board is absolutely essential. To get involved, reach out to us by email at bjornthiswayinc@gmail.com and inform us of your interest and availability. Next, we have the talented Tommy Houston, Bjorn's guitar teacher, for his rendition of the song Blackbird. He is a musician, mentor, and music teacher of many youth in the Northeast Portland and beyond, including my own children. Enjoy.
We've heard from extraordinary talents tonight, some of whom you'd never knew had speech-language pathology needs. But if not for the services they received, their gifts might have been lost to all of us. Whatever the need, Bjorn This Way is committed to helping the human spirit communicate. Thank you for joining us tonight. We hope you have enjoyed this evening of entertainment. And most importantly, we hope you have been inspired to join our efforts to improve access to speech-language pathology services. If you know someone who could benefit from Bjorn This Way, help us spread the word. Have a great evening, everyone, and stay in touch.